to Elimination, the podcast that puts sitcom against sitcom and brothers against father. Music by Ben Sound. Here's your host, Bob.
Welcome to a very special, absolutely Dave special of Elimination. I'm here with my brother Mike.
I'm special.
And Dad Dave.
Hi everybody, welcome to my show.
It's the Dave Rivet Show.
Do you want to explain what's going on, Dave?
Hold on, before we do that,
Oh,
I've got a shout out to do.
Oh, yeah, we'll do that in a sec.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll let him do his shout out first.
Yeah, what's
Are you shouting out to me?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, can I do that?
Oh, go on, take over.
Oh, we've got a super fan. Her name's Gemma Knight. She's lovely. And yeah, she listens to us while she's in the bath.
Caramba.
Yeah.
Oh.
A little
Well.
birdie tells me that she only thinks of you, Dad.
I hope she's squeaky clean.
I'm sure she is. Yeah, so hello, Gemma.
Hello, Gemma.
Welcome to the team.
Don't forget behind your ears.
We're going to stop there because a fella's a nice bloke.
Yeah, it's turning into a carry on film.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. Blimey.
Carry on squeaking.
Starring Gemma Knight.
So with the quarterfinals complete, we are having a break from the normal format. And we're just going to be, like we did with Michael before, Dave's going to go through a few of his faves. Not necessarily sitcoms.
They're not as good as Crystal Maze, by the way.
Or Krypton Factor, whatever.
Yeah.
He went through about 20, didn't he?
Oh, come on, I could have gone 30 easily.
Yeah, Krypton Factor took over from that, didn't it? Halfway through, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think so.
It was a good show.
It was a good show.
It was.
It was a great smegging show.
It was, absolutely. Dave, do you want to...
Yeah, obviously being an older chap.
Before he does that...
Oh, for God's sake.
for God's sake.
Only joking, come on.
Oh. Right, it's the one. Our first show was first aired on the 30th of September 1965, and it is the show with the, bar none, the greatest theme tune of any program, any country in the history of the world.
Wow.
And the program is Jerry Anderson's Thunderbirds.
5,
4,
3,
2,
1.
Thunderbirds are go.
They didn't practice that either. Oh, right.
Did that like a boss.
Yeah. The music is fantastic. It's done by Barry Gray, by the way, and it's just superlative.
And
It's
should
fantastic.
we know Barry Gray for anything else?
Not really. He done all the Jerry Anderson stuff. I think he done Stingray as well.
Stingray.
Anything can happen in the next half hour.
What about Captain, what's his name?
Chaos.
No.
Captain Scarlet.
Scarlet, yeah. Dum, 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 dum.
What was that? The
S.I.G.
The Mr. Ons.
the voice of the Mr. Ons,
That's
yeah.
it.
Earthman.
Yeah, the little bald geezer who we all look like now.
And Captain Black. Remember Captain Black? He is now manager of Arsenal. I'm sure it's the same person.
Same eyebrows.
Never seen them together. Right, Thunderbirds. Yeah, I mean, when you think about the special effects in that on that program, from where they came just 3 years before with Fireball XL5, they progressed on to Stingray, and then they ended up with Thunderbirds. It's just amazing. I remember the first time I watched
They look
it.
so real, didn't they?
That beginning bit, I mean, the whole, I used to love the bit where they slide down on the silver thing. Shoot,
in the
I think
crop.
Wallace and Gromit did like a mock-up of that, didn't they,
Yeah.
coming out of the garage. But it was like down the slide, and then it sort of slides again, and it was absolutely insane, but brilliant.
Well, you say that about it's so real, but when you look at other...
I was joking.
But when you look at... I know, obviously, you was taking the piss, but... But when
As
you look
always.
at programmes of a similar ilk, like Doctor Who, and see the special effects in Doctor Who in 1965, it's just nowhere near it. I mean, the equivalent is Star Trek. I mean, and their space themes were just as good as Star Trek. I mean, obviously, they were puppets. We all know that.
It's a puppet.
It was brilliant, though, the way... I always loved number 2.
Yeah.
Which pods,
Yeah,
what's going to be in the pods, and...
He had Thunderbird 4.
Yeah. I always felt sorry for the bloke in Thunderbird 5.
Yeah,
Well,
John.
in space
John,
on his own.
yeah, he's a bit of a
Is
loner.
anybody out there?
Oh, did they save the little child in the end? Yeah, they did. It was a tough
Anyway, we're
one.
going down the pub, John. See you later.
Yeah,
See you at the Christmas do.
I think there was one episode where he actually came down and actually went on a mission, but it was
They found out that
few
he
and far
stunk
between.
or something. That's what it
Yeah.
The voices are really great. I mean, you wouldn't believe that David Graham, who's still alive, by the way, he's well into his 90s, he actually done the voice of Brains and Parker, which is quite bizarre.
Hello, my lady.
I mean, they're quite different, aren't they?
That was good.
And Gordon Tracy, by the way, who's Thunderbird 4. He's one of, yes, father. He spoke really high like that. But I mean, but the best voice in it for me was Scott Tracy, Thunderbird 1. I mean, if I could have a voice like him, I'd take it tomorrow. I mean,
He was like the quarterback of the Thunderbirds.
oh, he was great. I mean, but the funny thing is, the actor, Shane Rimmer, he actually turned.
Hey!
Even though he was American, he actually turned up in Coronation Street in the mid to late 60s, which is really bizarre.
Did he walk like that?
No, seeing Scott Tracy going out with Elsie Tanner. I mean, I couldn't get my head around it for a while, but
Did he look anything like him?
no,
No.
he didn't. Scott Tracy was a good-looking lad. All the Tracy sons are all named after astronauts of the early 60s. I think John was named after John Glenn. I don't know if
He
Virgil.
even had the most boring name. He stuck in space.
Yeah.
Most boring job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a mainstay of kind of society. I mean, even up to Blue Peter making the Tracy Island thing. It was.
Yeah, I mean, it
great.
still exists today, doesn't it? I mean, you had the, I know it's not today, you had the film in 2004 with real people. It's absolute garbage.
Yeah, it defeats the object. It defeats the whole.
God, it was rubbish.
The coming.
I didn't even get halfway
Did
through
they
it.
do a cartoon?
Busted did the theme tune to Thunderbirds.
The actual film was directed by the bloke out of Star Trek Next Generation, #1, Commander Riker.
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan Frakes is his name.
Make it so.
Yeah, no, that's...
I know.
I know, but anyway, it was a disaster. And the latest ones they've done was like this CGI thing, and oh god, it was crap. I don't know why the modern things, like the original Thunderbirds, they were, I know they're puppets, but they were men, weren't they? They were men. They looked
Yeah.
the part. But in the Thunderbirds, the latest thing, they're like kids. They're like 12.
15. Yeah.
It's rubbish.
Yeah, and why did they change? I mean, why did they change Brains into an Indian man?
I've no
I mean,
idea.
why? I mean,
Diversity.
what, the dance group?
Checking. Ticking boxes.
No, yeah, I mean, I understand, but I didn't get it. Is it still going, that cartoon version? I mean, is it still part?
I think it's still around there. Yeah, I record a couple just out of curiosity, but it's garbage.
But that documentary you talk about all the time, Dave. And actually, just to make a point, I have been upstairs in my room because I do live with Dave at the moment, and I hear at 1,000 decibels 5, 4, and Dave just watches the intro on YouTube on his.
Not every day.
It's pretty much every day.
Oh, absolute rubbish.
I come down and he's got his little sash on and his hat.
you got to do research.
It's like an ice cream seller.
No strings attached.
He's got his little Tracy Island out that Mum made.
Do you know where most of them were filmed, Bob? The Slough Trading Estate.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Slough. The station's just got a new floor. And the motorway runs by your door.
Quite
David
strange,
Brent
isn't
there.
it? It's actually set in 2065. Did you know that?
Maybe that's what
Oh,
it
is
will
it?
be like.
Yeah, maybe we'll all be held up by strings.
It'll be the government.
We'll all have really big eyebrows.
The eyebrows have evolved.
I'll tell you another thing about David Graham. You know, he does the voice of Brains and Parker and Gordon Tracy. He's still around because he actually does the voice in Peppa Pig of Grandpa Pig.
Oh, does he?
It's amazing, isn't it?
He's a voice
I've never
man.
seen Peppa Pig ever.
Peppa
You see,
Pig.
it's a pink thing. It's yeah. There's a Peppa
The drawings are good, aren't they?
I mean, it's for little kids. I mean,
There's
it
a
is what
Peppa
it is.
Pig world. It's meant to be really excellent.
I'd rather watch Peppa Pig than Mrs. Brown's Boys. I'll tell you that now.
How tall do you reckon them puppets were?
I'm gonna say 10 inches.
Maybe a foot.
22 inches.
Oh, that's quite
Nearly
big.
2 foot tall.
Wow.
And do you know how long?
Is that how tall Warwick Davis is?
No,
About
the mini
the
me.
same, Yeah.
Oh, so
Mini-me could have been in
smaller than Warwick Davis.
And you know,
He's smaller than
you
him,
know
yeah. He's about the size of my big toe.
This has got a big toe.
you know, Lady Penelope's Rolls Royce Fab
The
1.
pink one, yeah.
How long do you reckon that was?
Well, now knowing that they were two.
I'll say 2 meters.
6 foot. 7 foot long, it was.
Jesus.
Well, they had to fit the puppets in it, didn't they? I mean,
Yeah, makes sense.
How many? Is that nearly 6 foot? Is that 6 foot?
What?
2 meters.
it's over 6 foot, isn't it?
I don't know.
About 6 foot.
I don't know this feet in you know. I know
about 6
meters.
foot.
I don't
6
know
inches.
anything, so I just went, yeah, I bet it was big.
Bad big.
But a lot of the special effects were great. I always remember the first episode where I think it's Thunderflash, the aircraft came down. It had to land it on Thunderbird 2 came down. He had them 3 things with the 4 wheels.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
And he had to land.
They had
the
to line them
craft.
up, yeah.
Yeah, he was driving one. He was controlling the other 2 as well. And it was set at that time in 1965. I tell you what, that was out of this world. I remember going out playing football afterwards, and everyone was talking about it, like, you know, see Thunderbirds, see Thunderbirds. It was great.
And then the Ice Age hit.
I just think it's a great program. I mean,
We liked it as a kid.
I can't remember the last time I actually watched an episode, but I mean, if I was flicking channels,
just
and one
the
was
theme.
Did they make Did they make a film? I mean, with the puppets, like a feature length one.
Yeah, but it was that didn't do too well because what it was, ITV made it. It was the most expensive program on ITV at that time.
Well, you can see it now, knowing how big they are. Jesus.
And Lou Grade, he put all his money into it. And when he watched it, he thought it was fantastic, and he said, "Well, it's got to be a movie, But it didn't really take off as a movie. The movies, you'd already seen bits of it, like the same story. So I mean, it was always going to struggle. But the reason it only lasted as long as it did was
How long was that?
the cost. There was 32 episodes. That's quite a few, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, they would have taken a long time to make.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah, well, the people who done the special effects went on to do the James Bond stuff. You know, the big James Bond sets they used to do them, and also the first Superman films with the same
right.
people who used to work on Thunderbirds. So,
Wow.
so obviously he had great talent. I mean, but that film I don't know if it's like a documentary or documentary film, but it goes on for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it's called Filmed in Supermariation, which is what they call what it was, and it's brilliant. And it's
Yeah, it is. I must admit, I've watched that, and it is amazing.
the good thing about it starts off, the first thing they ever done, I think, was Four Feather Falls, and that was about a cowboy with magic guns. And it's so, I mean, when you think it's only 4 or 5 years before, where they came from that in such a short time was amazing. But the thing is, they show you that first, and you got, I think it's Parker and Lady Penelope presenting the programme.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So they sort of looked at each other and said, "What bloody hell was that?" sort of thing. You know?
It's real well done. It's really well done.
And it goes on. They interview all the people who've done the puppetry and the special effects.
And some of the photos from behind the scenes, and
All
it's
the tricks
sets
of the
and that.
trade. It's a brilliant program. I mean, but then they sort of gave it up. I mean, they peaked with Thunderbirds. I mean, Captain Scarlet was
Was that after?
yeah. It went Fireball XL5, the supercar, Fireball XL5, Stingray, Thunderbirds, and then Captain Scarlet. Captain Scarlet was the first one with perfectly proportioned bodies. If you look at the other ones, they all got big heads. But
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
but-
What about Joe 90? Weren't that?
that came after as well. But I never liked Joe 90. I don't know why.
I don't remember watching it. I know the
No.
intro with the thing that goes round him, but that's about it.
And they done another one years later, didn't they, called Terrorhawks, which is a load of crap.
Did you
But-
see Captain America? Is it
Was you
Captain
feeling left out there, Mike?
No, Team America.
Oh right, yeah, you like that, don't
Yeah,
you?
that was quite good.
It's really
Quite funny.
crude, wasn't it?
What's the song in it? Lonely.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Lonely. Yeah, that was good.
It's just all about America now. America, yeah, fuck yeah! Explosions for no reason whatsoever. But you said, I said I feel sorry for the bloke in number 5. I always felt sorry for anybody who was in that swimming pool when it suddenly just went, disappeared.
Yeah, it shuts down. You got that 10 people just drowned in it.
Yeah, I just loved it as a program. Mind you, they always reckon that Thunderbird 2, there's no way it could possibly fly because of the shape of it.
yeah.
And the wings are too small, but yeah, you get away with that. Don't worry about that. It's artistic license, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they all have massive heads. So, you said it. Anything else to add, Dave? I mean,
No, I think I'm
move
done
on
with
to
Thunderbirds. I just think it's a great... Oh, yeah, there is something else.
Oh, hello.
There's going to be
It's gonna
3
good.
new Thunderbird programmes.
3.
Yeah, because what it was, in around about that time, in 1965 or 66 or whatever, they made 3 vinyl records. And on the record was a storyline that wasn't in the program, separate from the program.
Oh, okay.
So they got these 3 separate stories that have never been shown.
So they're
And
gonna,
like the friends and fans and fanatics about Thunderbirds, they're going to make them programs using the real voices from the because they
From
got
the
them on the
recording.
record, yeah, and put the action scenes together exactly, not modernise it exactly as it was. So there's going to be 3 new Thunderbird.
Wow.
I can't wait. It's only going to be 30 minutes instead of 50, but I mean, I'll settle for that. So yes, it's going to be, I don't know when they're going to get around to doing it or if they've done it already or when it's going to be on, but yeah, exciting.
there must have been such a... Because really, when you think about it, they're like toys, aren't they? It's like big kids and their toys. It's
Well, they're using the original puppets and that, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all the...
It's still going to look exactly as it did with the same voices.
That's
So
all.
really, you shouldn't really, unless they just do, well, I don't know what they can do because they can't bring a new character in or nothing because
It is how it is, yeah.
It is the story from the 60s. So, yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Is there a time frame on that?
I don't know when it's happening, but I think it's started, but, with COVID, you know what things
Yeah,
have been
true.
put back there.
I'm going to get Dad a Thunderbirds duvet set.
He's already got it.
Well, yeah, and I said that you do still see
Yeah, you
the
do.
Thunderbird
Oh, yeah, you do.
machines, didn't you?
Do you know what I used to like? Is the pictures. And when their eyes used to go doop, 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 when they got a call coming through, and the picture.
Oh,
used
that's
to,
right, yeah. And then their picture would come alive, wouldn't it?
yeah, yeah. It was just every little bit was just really good.
I like Parker, he's funny, isn't he?
Yes, milady.
His name was Aloysius Parker. Did you know that?
Blimey,
Aloysius. He was an ex-safecragger, wasn't he?
Don't know.
was he? Was that his backstory?
There was a one episode where they had to they bought a big lock system all on the new Bank of England, and they asked Parker, being the biggest expert, whether he could break into it, like, you know.
To test it.
Yeah. Anyway, he'd done it and he's doing all this equipment and this, that and the other, and he's really struggling and all that. Anyway, it goes on and it turns out they locked it up, but they locked a bloke in there and they couldn't open it until a certain time and he was going to suffocate. So it turned out, a lot of other things happened in the episode, but Parker got to hear about it outside with Lady Penelope and, Parker, what are we going to do? Oh, have you got an air clip, my lady? He opens it with an air clip. And she goes, why didn't you do that first though? He goes, well, I have to play to an audience, my lady. Yeah, it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
And another classic one was the crocodile one, wasn't it? Remember that one?
No, I don't remember.
Giant
that.
crocodiles, don't you remember that?
Giant crocodiles.
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, they had this sea
Did they use real crocodiles?
Yeah.
Oh,
they
that was
did,
so
they
big.
did.
Oh. Okay.
No, well, I think the storyline, I mean, going back 40 years, but the storyline is they were building this serum to make food and fruit and that bigger, so there'd be more food. And it got dumb bad guy stole it.
Classic bad
and
guy.
it fell in like the river, like the lagoon. And
So
of course-
like the turtles, really.
yeah, and then the next minute these giant crocodiles were coming out, and they had to come and sort them out, which they did. But in the end, the story always ended up with them being back at base and having a laugh about
Oh yeah,
something.
it was like Thundercats. They always ended on them laughing.
Someone says, Alan, why don't you go up and have a bath? He goes, all right then. And he goes up the bath and there's baby crocodiles in the bath, like, you know, and they all laugh. Well, obviously, they're the ones they used.
Yeah.
But it was well done.
They used to for the close-ups. They used to use real hands as well, didn't they? When they picked stuff up and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing they couldn't
really
get.
If they made a puppet do that'd be pretty impressive. Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The one thing they couldn't do was get them to walk. I mean, they flew machines and saved the world. They couldn't get them to walk.
Well, that's what they did in Stingray to get round it, didn't they? They had them horror things.
Yeah, and they used to show them from the
Sort of bobbing.
chest up.
Yeah. They got round it, and you still love it. So I think 20 minutes on Thunderbirds is enough. I think Michael's going to fall asleep.
I liked it.
Oh, there was one good thing though, wasn't there? The bad guy, the Hood, and he always used to say the same thing. Like he'd put some bomb in some.
He would have got
building
away with it if it
in an
weren't for these
oil
meddling
refinery or
kids.
something, and he'd be looking through the binoculars, and it'd all blow up, and he'd go, "Excellent." But they beat him every
Was
time.
he
I mean,
the bald bloke with a big collar?
yeah, no, he wasn't Harry Hill.
Sorry, I always get
He
them
was the
two muddled
bald
up.
bloke
That's a
with the
different show.
hypnotising eyes.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Anyway, shall I go on to my second programme?
Yeah, go on.
It's number one. It's Top of the Pops.
Top of the Pops. Is that still going?
No.
No.
Oh, no.
It was long overdue to end when it did end, I tell you.
Dad,
Well,
Dad only watched it 'cause he's a massive Savile fan.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's the thing. He was the mainstay
Well,
of it
that's
for a long
that
time.
was the sad part about it, because this is before Thunderbirds when this started. Started on the 1st of January 1964. And that clip of Jimmy Savile with the chart, they used to have in the early ones, they used to have the chart behind them. And I think "One Hold Your Hand" was number one. And it's a classic bit when he had the record, he put the record on sort of thing. But of course, you can't show that anymore. It's lost because of him.
Delete, yeah.
Yeah. But Top of the Pops, I mean, for someone your age, it's difficult to understand the influence of Top of the Pops because it was on a Thursday night and everyone watched it. Everyone. Young, old. And everyone was interested in the charts. You know, you used to have your favourites, and it was oh, bloody hell, see, they're up to 4 this week. There's 28 last week, sort of thing. It was as much interest for some people. No,
But you like a list, though, Dave,
I
don't
do
you?
like a list. I do like a list, but there was sort of much interest in the chart positions as the positions of the first division or the leagues. I mean, it was an interesting, you know. Bloody hell, I can't believe Dozy Beaky Mick and Tidger up to number 3 sort of thing. And his charts used to come out every week and it was great. I mean, but that's all lost, you know. It's not the same. People used to have to go out and actually buy a record to get in the charts and they'd download it. It's nothing.
I mean, I doubt any singers actually do albums anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's all downloads. Well, I'll download that song.
They do.
Yeah, they do. Obviously, they do. But
So what are you talking
I
about?
don't know. But I don't. I doubt there's anybody over the age of 20 that has been out and bought an album as we used to. Because even in our time, it was CDs. you
Yeah,
know,
I mean, I think some youngsters do.
and listen to it from start to finish. I mean,
Yeah, because my daughter Kate, she does that because she likes to own it. So albums that she likes, bands she likes to physically own that thing.
Yeah, I mean, people. I mean, I've got rid of all my vinyl years ago because I had no means to play it. I mean, it would just stay up in the loft, I'll die, then you'll throw it away. So I might as well sell it and make some money out of it. That's what I did.
yeah, unless it's
I
worth
remember-
loads, leave it to me.
I mean, I can't even play a CD now. There's nothing to play a CD on. It's all.
Dad caught me listening to the Brothers in Arms album when I was a kid. He went fucking mental.
I think at one point that album was the first big seller when CDs come out, and I think it sold more than all the other CDs put together at
great
very early
album.
day. It was a great album. Martin Knopfler's a great guitarist.
Yeah, it truly is.
Love watching him and all the old finger picking.
Yeah,
It's
it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. There's not many videos of his fingers, but when he was young, doing the Sultans of Swing,
Yeah.
oh, it's just amazing.
The thing is, though, this has got a great theme tune as well because it's "Whole Lot of Love" by Led
Welcome
Zepp.
to Top of the Pops.
And it's funny, Led Zeppelin.
That's definitely not it.
Welcome to you and your pops. No, 'cause that's a reusing the pops. I could have done better.
Because Led Zeppelin done that theme tune, but they weren't a singles band. They were. I don't know if they were ever on it. They might. I don't remember them ever
Led
being on it.
Zeppelin wrote that, didn't
No, they were an album band, weren't they? Like Pink Floyd. It's number one.
But then, when in the early days, there wasn't, because I've watched loads of programs with you. There wasn't some songs didn't have videos. So you had like Legs and Co. and stuff like that. Was that on top?
Yeah,
of
not
Pops?
many songs did have videos back in them days. I mean, the Beatles always sent one in. The funny thing is, the Beatles, who were like the 60s band, only appeared in the Top of the Pop studio once.
Blimey.
And they done Paperback Writer and the B-side Rain. And do you know what the BBC did?
Delete it.
They wiped it.
Lovely. then we're not going to need that.
This is crazy, isn't it? But anyway.
It's crazy.
So they always sent one in. There's a famous one for Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane where the horses and that. But yeah, I mean, the 60s was great for Top of the Pops. I mean, everyone, I remember watching it with my mum and dad and that. I mean, everyone just watched it. It was great.
But you got to think, you didn't have social media, no YouTube, no. You didn't see these people. Only pictures.
Unless you bought the record and you heard the record, or you chance listening to the radio for 3 hours that it came on. You know, there was no way of hearing it. It was just you might watch I don't know, the Silla Show on a Saturday and the artist would be on that.
But you also had when back in the day you buying vinyl. And even our age in the 90s buying CDs, there was a thing about having the sleeve and the book.
Yeah, the words.
Yeah, you always all had to have a look and have a read through that. And I think that's... Nobody cares anymore. I think because
the charts are finished. I mean, could you name any song in the chart now? Singles chart.
Ed Sheeran.
No, I couldn't, and I don't really care.
No, but that's it.
No, yeah, exactly.
But you would have done if you was in 1975.
Yeah, I'd like.
Or 1972 or 1968.
I'd rather be in 1970s.
I'd be thinking, why am I older than my dad?
You keep your internet and all that old rubbish. I'd just like to go.
That old rubbish as we make a podcast.
But for me,
all your technology, sitting here with flipping Rodecaster Pro and me Mac.
But even though the
Hypocrite.
Mind you, that if this was back in the 70s, we'd probably be in a pub somewhere. So that's
exactly.
But even though the 60s was great for Top of the Pops, so that's when it all began. For me, the fun. Best time for Top of the Pops was the early 70s with glam rock, where you had T-Rex, Slade, Sweet and all that crowd, Mud. It was just, I mean, it may not be the greatest music in the world, but they were all out doing each other with their ridiculous outfits and that.
What was the band with the Czech? The like Tartan... Bay City Rollers, yeah,
they were.
They had some well mad outfits. They did.
Yeah, they were pretty weak though. They were. They sort of came just after, but I mean, Slade were great. Sweet were. There's that one bloke in Sweet. He was ridiculous. And they were always Dave Hill of Slade. He was the one with the dodgy hairstyle. The one that Bob Mortimer used to take.
Oh, that was so funny. Yeah. The house that Slade were like living.
He's still got that hairstyle now.
It's really good. It's really good.
But that was a real fun time. That was. I mean, and the thing about the British charts, you had all the novelty songs, and you get some 76-year-old bloke like Donald Piers having a hit, like, you know. And the next after that, you got ELO coming on. You know, anything could happen. You had some old crap on it, of course you did, and then you got to the sort of like the late 70s with your disco, and then punk came in, but punk weren't really like Top of the Pops. It weren't Top of the Pops friendly, I don't think.
Not really anything. Punk isn't.
Disco fit in quite well.
The Sex Pistols are the only punk band, aren't they?
No.
Yeah, they are. Real punk. Yeah. They originated it. Everyone else is a pretender.
I never really understood to me, the American punk bands like the Ramones, they weren't punk. I mean, to me, punk was Sex Pistols where you gob into the audience and your safety pins in, like, you know. I mean, that always seemed to be punk to me. The Damned. And
I think they were the extreme of it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean,
smashing places up. I think a punk band is a band that you don't want staying at your house. that's what you want.
True.
You know,
or even your hotel or anything.
Yeah, anywhere where you've got anything invested.
It's amazing, really. You'd think that nobody would take a booking, or did they just pay way over the odds? We'll have a 20 grand deposit.
Yeah, the thing is, you get all the audience paying their money to get in, and you think, oh, we're going to get a big crowd because they're here. And then they go and smash up everything, and you're like, oh, we have to pay out for all the replacements.
Replacements?
Them and all.
Yeah.
And then you got into your 80s with your New Romantics and your Duran Durans and Spandau Ballets and Alison
Gold!
Moyes.
Always believe in your soul. Copyright.
You're indestructible.
It's a great song. I like Spandau Ballet.
What's the bit he sings on his own in True?
So true. Funny how it seems.
I was going right through the whole song now.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. But now I've come back again. That's the one, isn't it?
Classic.
It's got the Cray twins in it, isn't it? They were the two.
Yeah.
Oh,
Craze.
yeah. The
Cool. They were scary, weren't they? Gangsters. Jesus.
The Kemp brothers, yeah.
Oh, they were pretty good. It's a good film. Good movie.
Yeah, they filmed it in our secondary school, didn't they?
I always remember when...
Yeah.
Well, I see.
Yeah, you know when you see them as kids, they walk along the thing and they start a fight with the whole school.
Yeah.
That's Woolwich Poly.
Is it?
Yeah.
What, the lower school?
I don't know which one, but it's one of them.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
I always remember when old John Travolta and What's Her Face were number one for about 7
Olivia
weeks.
Newton-John.
You're the one that I want. And
Ooh.
they got
Honey.
they got replaced by Boomtown Rats with Bob Geldof with Rat Trap. And just before they started singing, he had a picture of them. The camera just showed them, and it found out he had a picture of them, and he tore it in half, and then started singing his song, like, you know.
Oh, lovely.
That's quite good.
Symbolic.
I've seen him in Faversham a few times.
Scruffy bastard.
He looks
doesn't
like an homeless man.
Homeless man?
Homeless
Was that a
man,
new
yeah.
superhero? Homeless man.
The ombudsman.
It sounds like an employment position.
Well, there's another one. We where were we? Norfolk somewhere, and we was walking up the high street, and Rick Wakeman was there. You know Rick Wakeman?
No. Who's that?
Oh God, he looked like an old tramp.
Who is he?
He's a organ player. Was he? Yes, he was in. Big
An
band,
organ
Yes.
player from Yes. I mean, come on, Dave.
That's the name of the band. They were a big band. Yes.
I was in Canterbury and I saw Roy Chubby Brown. He was massive.
He's a big bloke, isn't he?
He's
Yeah.
massive, yeah.
His son's in prison for murder. Murder!
Keep it light. Entertaining the troops. Right, what's your next one, Dave?
Oh, I was just got to say you very rarely got a live performance on Top of the Pops. It was always lip synced or with a pre-recorded backing track
why?
or just miming. I think it's just time, innit? Coming down doing sound checks and all this, that, and the other. They had a few bad ones. There was that one in the 80s or early 90s where they couldn't hear the music. So it started up and they just stood there on the stage. It was great.
There's a famous clip of.
So the song was playing.
Yeah,
and
they're
they
just
stood
standing there. Yeah.
There's a famous clip of Ricky Gervais, and on is it Razzmatazz, the program?
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah, he's in obviously part of a big Bowie fan back in the day, and he's performing with his band. He looks well funny, but he's miming, clearly miming.
Oh,
And,
some of them were terrible. Some of them just didn't even try.
Shauna Dancing was the band he was in.
What was that group? The two black fellas, light skinned fellas.
And it came out that
they weren't actually.
Oh, Milli
singing.
Vanilli.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. Wasn't
Well,
it?
they didn't even sing on their songs or nothing, on their records or anything.
No,
like
they
that.
was just
The
to
face
look
of it.
at. Yeah,
Yeah, that's happened a few times over the years.
But they did that live gig, wasn't it? And he went, and they was like, they lost all their awards and everything.
Yeah, quite right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think there was a scandal with Love Affair. They sung the song Everlasting Love.
No. Oh.
Open up your arms, then you realise.
Everlasting love.
Yeah, I think
Boom.
they got done for not playing on the records. If my memory serves. If I'm wrong about that, sorry about
Sorry about that.
But
Don't take their awards away.
I'm sure that,
Just
that
yet.
happened. Anyway, my next programme is the greatest programme in the history of the world.
You're saying a lot of stats.
This is
here, though.
if you've on a box set, this is the one, and it ran from 1999 to 2007. The Sopranos.
Great show.
I
It's
have
absolute-
never seen it.
You're a twat.
I've never seen it.
Why not?
I've given it. I've started it
It is-
about three times, but
it is
not.
easily one of the greatest shows
Oh,
ever.
I've watched them all the way through twice.
How many seasons?
About 9,
I
isn't it?
don't know. Oh, 86 episodes.
It's fantastic, Bob.
And like all my shows, it's got an absolutely brilliant theme tune.
And how's it go?
Woke up this morning by Alabama Free. It's a
Alabama
great theme
Free.
tune.
It is a good song. I've
Yeah,
got
I know it. I know that. I've done enough quizzes about intros to understand that.
Woke up this morning, bought myself a gun. Like that.
Yeah.
Something about not being the only one.
Yeah, and even when he's going through the ferry and then the barrier,
And goes up to his driveway.
yeah,
Isn't there a billboard as well? He goes past.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he ends up outside his house, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Got myself a gun,
Yeah.
and then he goes in.
Even the symbol
And he
for
gets out the
Sopranos
car.
is fantastic.
Yeah,
It's like a gun.
That's a great,
No, it really is.
program.
Is it Gandolfini?
He was brilliant.
Shame
in this.
about him, isn't he?
Yeah, terrible.
He's a heart attack or something.
Yeah, it's like Father Ted all over again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Well, you did make a couple of movies after this, which I
he was in
saw.
loads of stuff.
He played the gay guy in the film called The Mexican.
Yeah, that was
With
terrible.
Brad Pitt and I didn't mind it. I quite liked it. Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts,
I have seen
and
that,
he's
I
like the
can't remember.
henchman, but he spends so much time with Julia Roberts' character that they kind of become friends, and she thinks he's gonna rape. Oh, you're gonna rape me? And he's like, no, like because I'm so ugly. And like, no, it turns out he's gay. So yeah, it was a really good performance. He was in that. Is it The Drop?
Yeah, The Drop with Tom Dudar.
Tom Hardy.
Who's in every film.
Yeah, that's right. The new Danny Dyer.
I saw a really good film with Tom Hardy in it. I think it was called The Drop. Is that
Yeah,
is that where Tom Hardy's the Brooklyn? He runs a bar.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It's a great fucking movie.
Strange combo, that, isn't it? Tom Hardy and James.
It worked though,
Brown,
didn't
yeah.
it? I thought he was excellent. That
Yeah, it
Tom
was a good
Hardy,
film,
and
yeah.
I haven't. I mean, everyone's.
That was before he was Tom Hardy, though, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Before he turned into
don't
Tom
know.
Hardy.
I haven't seen many things with him in it.
Oh, flipping hell, he's in every film.
Yeah, but I don't really watch that many new films. If I'm honest.
He could never be James Bond, could he? Even though I'm not a James Bond
I
fan.
don't care.
I know, I'm not a James
James Bond.
I'm not a James
I've
Bond
never
fan.
even watched a James Bond. all the
No,
way through.
I'm not a James Bond fan, but I mean,
I like the cars. DB5
some
for
people,
me.
you know. I mean, this bloke who's it now, Daniel, what's his
Craig.
name?
He's
not
rubbish.
James-
Craig
he's not-
David.
Do you know, like
He's not suave, is he?
he's
James Bond's got to be
refused.
suave.
He's refused to say I'm Bond, James Bond.
What, in the films? Does he never
He
say
must
it?
have said
Well,
it.
he said he's not going to be saying it. He refused to say it.
I'll tell you, I think it'd be.
Yeah, like with what was it? On that roulette, Casino Royale or something.
Yeah, that was the first
Like,
one.
He's Bond, yeah, and he lends money off the Americans to gamble with. So he loses, and then lends money off Americans. He's James mother ducking Bond.
The
I've
only
never
scene I
seen
saw
it.
was when he was on the tube. Daniel Craig's James Bond was on the tube, and the tube looked immaculate.
Oh, yeah,
it looked so clean and so crisp and.
Mugger free.
Yeah, and there was hardly anyone on it.
No
I thought-
smell of
I thought,
urine.
yeah, there's no. You ain't gonna run through them tunnels. There's gonna be people all over the show. It's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. But they're trying to advertise the tube, aren't they? And all that kind of. It's
Yeah,
mental. The only they said the only bit that he does that is Bond is when he's on a motorbike and he crashes the motorbike into the edge of a bridge.
As you do.
Yeah, it flicks him off the bike onto a boat in the river underneath.
We've all done it.
And he lands and he does his cuffs, and then
Yeah,
carries
but
on.
Dad's right. He's not handsome enough. I mean, like,
I think the obvious bloke to be James Bond is the bloke who plays Superman. Is it James Cavell?
yeah, he fits the bill.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he'd be
that
perfect
look-
for me.
Yeah.
I always thought Martin Freeman would be a good
Warwick Davis.
yeah, Warwick Davis, yeah.
I mean, like Piers Brosnan looked like a good Bond visually.
He's made out of cardboard, though,
No,
isn't
but
he?
I'm talking about the look.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm talking
He
about
did-
the look.
Yeah,
he looks
yeah,
like James
yeah,
Bond.
Yeah.
yeah.
But the thing that makes me be more fond of Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan.
Yeah.
He was
what's
a
his name?
good man.
Piers, no, that's Morgan
Piers
Freeman.
Brosnan. Yeah, I know.
Pierce Brosnan is the game, the GoldenEye game that they made. That makes it.
Yeah,
more-
that was wicked.
Yeah, on the N64, that was the best.
We used to play that. The golden on the SNES.
Snake.
And we used to, me and the boys, because you could play 4 players, couldn't you, on
It's
the same screen?
It's the first game I ever played with 4
It was
players.
wicked.
I was
We used to every time you died, you had to have a shot.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Whoa,
yeah.
it was wicked.
Walking in his room after about 3 hours of that. Jesus Christ.
It was really fun. So you'd be sitting there, And you're like, yes, go on. You'd have them all lined up. As soon as you died, you had to have a shot.
And
And if you was bad at that game, you didn't get better the more
As
drunk you got.
I always wanted to play computer with my older brother Mike. Them nights I did not.
Anyway, getting back to the Sopranos.
Oh yeah,
the greatest program of all time.
Hold on. So who did you like as Bond, Dave? Because I got to ask.
Well, I thought Sean Connery was a great James Bond, but the trouble is his films are so old that it don't look right. It looks too old. You know, the set, the way the road moves behind him in a car, and that. It's. I thought the Roger Moore films were the best ones. I could accept Roger Moore as James Bond.
Michael's got an impression.
Would you like a sausage sandwich?
Sounds nothing like Roger Moore.
Miss Moneypenny. would you like to see my balls?
That sounded like Bane.
Yeah, I went a bit Borat. towards the end there.
adopted the dog.
No, I'm Bond.
Yeah, I mean that would be
more like Brooke
I'm
Bond.
Bond, James Bond. That's another one.
It works.
Would you
for
like a
everything.
sausage sandwich?
Yeah, love it.
Good.
I can't see Frank Spencer as James Bond.
Oh, again.
I'd like to.
Anyway, getting back to Sopranos, the greatest program ever. I used to like the bird who was the psychiatrist. Do you remember her, Mike? You used to go and see her regular, didn't
She
you?
got boobs out and something, you know.
Oh, God, is that what you think of?
Yep. Don't pretend it isn't what you think of as well.
Well, that's why he fancied her, didn't he? When he used to sit opposite and he'd say about her legs and that, you know, and he's sort of, you know, how about it sort of thing. But she always resisted. But I remember once she went in there and she had someone had a go at her something. And he said, what's up with you? Like, you know?
She got raped, didn't she?
Yeah, yeah. And he said, she said, she says, do you want me to deal with them? So she goes, that's your answer to everything, isn't it? If someone upsets you, you have them blown away. Anyway, some months later, she's in this building and some creep grabs hold of her and rapes her on the stairs. And she was obviously devastated about it. Anyway, some little time later, she goes in this, like, a baker's shop or shop, and he's pictures up there. He's the employee of the month.
Yeah.
Anyway, she goes into next appointment she has with old Tony Soprano. She's obviously not herself, and he says something to her, and you're sitting on your chair going, tell him, for God's sake, tell him, let him go and sort this creep out. But she don't, she resists it, like, you know, but you really want her to tell him, so you go around and sort him out.
It's like that when these boys are following her for some reason, and they beat up a fella. Like they drag him out of the car and beat him up, didn't they?
Yeah.
Why did they do that? I can't remember.
Can't remember every storyline, but
No.
I used to like old, what's his name, Paulie Walnuts.
Oh, he's wicked, he is. He's Wally.
Great.
Yeah.
He worships
with
Tony.
his-
Yeah, he worships Tony Soprano, doesn't he? I
Yeah.
mean,
I like the geezer, the bloke who owns the strip
oh yeah,
club. He is
Silvio.
he couldn't be anything but an
He's
Italian
in,
mobster.
He's in Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band, isn't he?
Is he?
He's a guitarist, yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah, his name's Stephen Van
Hey!
Zandt. He's the bloke out.
Oh!
Oh God, I can't remember the name of it now. The spin-off, not a spin-off, but he was a different character. Where he went to Norway.
Yeah, that's wicked. That is.
What's the name?
Lilyhammer.
Lilyhammer.
Yeah, that was
That
good.
is a brilliant program.
Yeah,
I
it is.
love that.
Yeah.
I thought the Norwegians were fantastic.
Oh, I know
in it
you're
as
talking
well.
about now. Yeah. We started watching that. Didn't we?
It's a superb program, Lilyhammer. It took me a while to get hold of it because you said about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
But I've
it's-
watched
it's
it a couple of
excellent.
times. It's really excellent. Really enjoyed it.
It's where
actually.
they get their bloke and they want him to talk, so they knock him out and you see him wake up, and they got one arm each and he's on the top of the old ski jump. He's like, don't tell us you're going down there, mate. So, anyway, he spoke up.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Another one was Pussy, wasn't it? Remember Pussy?
Yeah, the big grass.
Yeah, well, it weren't his fault really. The FBI got something on him and he was scuppered, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Like the other bird,
Sorted him out on the boat. didn't he?
Christopher's bird.
She was lovely.
It's a bit late.
Adriana.
Adriana.
It's a bit late to say it, but spoilers.
It's a brilliant.
I can't believe
programme.
you've never seen it, Bob. It's ridiculous.
I've started it probably 3 times, but I don't
And
know.
how far did you get? First episode, I bet.
Episode and a half, maybe.
You're a loser.
Yeah.
But I do like Goodfellas and Casino and films of that ilk.
It's
so-
impossible not to
Yeah.
love that. Then I mean,
I know,
because Sopranos is better than them. Better than the
I think it
movies,
is.
Yeah,
I think it is.
I mean, all right, it's a pro.
And you got so much of it.
Yeah,
You got
it
on
is.
DVD,
86 episodes, eh?
You got the DVD?
No. I think it might be still on Sky.
Yeah, I think it is.
Will you watch it again?
Yeah, I'll watch it a third time.
Did Mum watch it?
Only when it first came on, she'll watch it again.
It's
you know why
wicked.
she'll watch it again?
Because you'll tell her.
Yeah, fucking right, I will. Sorry, wifey.
Sorry, boss.
Well.
Right, shall I go on to my final programme?
Yeah, is this the greatest programme ever, Dave?
No.
Oh.
It can't be, because the last one was. Now, this is a
They all
strange
seem to be.
programme, because I don't actually like some aspects of it, but the aspects I do like, I really like. And it is, it's not a well permit for FW7.
That's the wrong bit of paper, Dave.
It is Top Gear stroke Grand Tour.
Which has also got a good theme.
It has.
Top Gear's wicked.
Now,
I'm
not in.
What's that?
Is that not what that goes?
I don't know what that was.
What's
that?
That's the thing.
Yeah, something like that.
Go on then.
I thought it was the Formula One. I thought it was the Formula One. Stop! Shut up, you!
Bing,
Oh,
bing.
sorry.
That's the flavour. That is a different
Play
program.
days, that was.
Play days, yeah.
Right.
We're at the circus tent stop. I see a triangle.
I'm not the slightest. I'm not the.
The pen is blue.
What is the theme tune to Top Gear? It's the Formula One thing, isn't it?
No,
It is.
no, it's not.
It's similar.
Boom. Do-do-doom, do-do-do-do-doom,
No, that's not it.
do-do-dum-bum-bum-bum. Doom.
No, it's not that. It's
I
not
know it in my head, but I can't get it across.
Yep, that's Top Gear.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
No, that's not it.
I'm so
Anyway,
confused.
moving
I'm so
on.
confused.
Now, Top
Moving
Gear
swiftly
stroke
on.
Grand Tour. I'm not the slightest interested in how much horsepower the latest Lamborghini or Ferrari's got at all. So when they do that, I'll just whiz through it.
So when the program about cars, they talk about cars, you whiz it.
Yeah, I do.
When
What
you're
I
talking
love
about
about
the
this
new
show-
Dacia, he's all over
Yeah,
it.
I don't go monkeys. Because let's face it, no one watching the
Ooh,
program
they're
can
talking
afford
about
that
the
car.
Clio. Oh, download that.
And then brake horsepower and all that.
Why? They're exciting.
No, they're not. What I love about this show is the specials
He's a larder man.
with Hammer, May, and Clarkson.
the specials
I think
are just superb.
Here's the word you haven't heard very often. The dynamic between them three
It's a good word. Good
It's a good word.
is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it is. I like the best one. I mean, mind you, they're all good. The Africa one was good with Hamster and the little Oliver, his little car that
That's
he fell
right,
in love
yeah,
with.
yeah.
He brought it home with him.
Yeah, I know.
He's still got that. And
I mean, there was loads of-
What is it? The North Pole one was excellent.
Yeah, the India one was great.
Yeah,
When Rose in India, Christ. I'm
yeah,
surprised
yeah.
people still alive.
You need a tank, you know.
The Middle Eastern one, the Vietnam one where they built the bridge was great.
That's fantastic.
It's
isn't
just great. I mean, I just remember having May falling off his horse, breaking his arm.
it? It's when they're in. It's with Norway, isn't it? They go up.
Yeah, the one with the trucks was good. Where there's in the old trucks.
But they've got a toilet seat on the back of the thing, you know,
That's right, yeah,
so
yeah.
they can make. and then like he's sitting there, James May and what's he, Jeremy Clarkson, sort of going pulls forward. Oh yeah, I don't know why I can always remember that image. It's funny.
And the last one they done it's the second last one was the boat one, wasn't it? Which I weren't over keen on. But the one before that was the one where they were dropped in the desert with nothing, and then the helicopters come over and drop the boxes down, and they had to build the car before they
I
set
haven't
off.
seen that. Is that Grand Tour?
Yeah, Grand Tour. It's not the last one; it's the one before.
Oh,
Well, I've watched it. I mean, your mum loves it as well. She loves them. We've watched. I think
I watch them.
we've
with
watched
my
them all
boy.
about 4 or 5 times. I mean, you can go back to them. I'll definitely watch them all again.
I watch them with Fred, my son.
The one with the USA was good, where they upset all the Bible bashing people,
with
didn't they?
with the homosexual thing. Isn't it? It's like you better get out of here, boy.
Country and Western sucks.
No, it's like they're in the gas station, aren't they? and the people are really getting irritated, and they have to go. So you better get out of here. And
Well, the worst one
people
that
are
was-
like,
The worst one, that was the Argentinian one, wasn't it?
They got kicked out, didn't they? Got kicked
Well,
out
yeah,
of
they
the
got
country.
salted.
Did they?
Yeah. Have you ever seen that
I
one?
don't
either?
think I have, no.
Well, Clarkson's car had the number plate H982 1982 FKL Falklands. That's what the program makers always said it was an absolute coincidence, but and I've seen James May interviewed, and I think I trust James May. I think he's a good bloke. He says that there's no way they knew, but it's the biggest. They didn't know, it's the biggest coincidence of all time, isn't it? Because that's when we beat them up in the Falkland War, 1982, in the Falklands, FKL. And they really took offence at that, and they practically chased them out of the town, out of the area. I mean, it was quite frightening, the scenes, all rocks and stuff being thrown.
I've never seen the actual program, but I've seen them three interviewed about it, and they genuinely, usually they're quite jokey in that, but when they talk about that, they were literally, that was a dark time. Like, we were genuinely scared, the whole production, because obviously the three of them, you've got to have a cameraman, they've got a follow-on truck and all that kind of stuff. So there's a whole team in this country.
Oh yeah, it's not just, obviously, it can't be just them three. Can it?
No.
So it is a fantastic.
So when you talk about Top Gear, hold on a sec. So obviously you had the Chris Evans and Joey Tribbiani.
Never watched them.
Nah, it's not the same.
Chris Evans, I don't like, can't stand him. So, and the bloke at Cheers is American. So that was
Cheers?
Friends, same thing.
I like Matt LeBlanc. I just,
Now,
it's just not the same.
the new
as that.
ones. The new ones with Freddie Flintoff, the little racing driver, and
Paddy McGuinness.
I can watch them, but it's not the same. They're too childish. They're too ridiculous, really. The little bloke's a bit of a bore, truth be known. The other two are just trying to be funny all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas the others weren't. There was a bit of a seriousness to it, but they're too childish for me.
Well, so they're trying to turn a
like a comedy
program into
a comedy program. Yeah, they do stunts and
just
stuff.
ended my conversation myself.
But
it's
they do.
not
But
the
they do.
same.
We watched one where they did 24 hours in a car, didn't they? They literally stayed 24 hours in a car.
Yeah, just why?
Yeah, and they just drove around and they did like races
Just
up a
in
car park.
Just in Bolton, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then they slept on the pitch in Bolton. Yeah, Bolton's ground. Yeah, I mean, and then they got given a challenge of eating this fish stuff, and they opened it in the car and it absolutely stunk. But I don't know. I mean, I've watched some of them Grand Tours with you, Dave, and I've got to admit, when Top Gear was on, I never watched it ever. I'm not into cars. I'm not into cars or anything.
You don't have to be
I
in
know.
cars.
I know what you're saying.
Well, the normal
but that was-
program you do.
Yeah.
I mean, the specials you don't.
If you can't forward it, if you're watching it on normal telly,
You don't watch it on normal telly. You record it.
well, you record everything.
I know.
and forward everything.
Never watch anything live apart from football.
All right.
And it's live. But so I probably when we was kids, all the way along, I never watched it, and it was only when it went to the Grand Tour that you started showing me the hospital special,
The ambulance
one.
That
Yeah,
was hysterical. That very last
I
bit.
think that was my first.
Where Hammond says, and we got here safely now, all we got to do is deliver it. He pushed that button and the stretcher went flying out the back through the window in the hospital. I remember the first time I saw that, I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so much I just couldn't function. It was hysterical. I thought it was great. I think the programme's great. I think it's a shame they're getting on a bit because, I mean, they can't go on forever. They must be late 50s, mid 50s. So Bob Hannon's a bit younger. But
I like May because he does his like toys stuff.
yeah,
doesn't he, as well?
he's sort of should be boring, but it isn't. There's a program
Yeah.
where he takes things apart, like an old record player with the arm, and it clicks on. He sort of one of them apart and put it back together. And I mean, that should be the most boring program in the world. But I just watched it. I thought it's great.
Yeah, but James May sort of goes through boring and finds funny.
It does.
He should have been around in the 50s, shouldn't he? Really? I mean, he's still old school, isn't he?
But then he
Captain
loves
Slow.
he loves technology though, doesn't he? So when he gets something new, like some Japanese robot or something like
Yeah,
that,
it's like the electric cars and all that. He's bang on it, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I love the races they done where, like they're going to the Milan football stadium.
Oh,
aren't
yeah,
they?
that's
and
right.
They're all on three different types of stuff,
I don't like the way that it always ends up so close every single
Clarkson.
time.
I never really understood the stick.
He's their professional driver, so he tests the cars.
Yeah, I know.
But he can really drive them.
Yeah, but they also had him in like some of the specials, didn't they?
He was like doing, in that special where you said they was at Skitson Day.
He went by public transport.
Yeah,
didn't
you
he?
had Clarkson in the car, like souped up car that you had to fill up every 5 seconds. James May on a boat or some hovercraft, and then Hammond on the bike. And then Stig you saw every now and again Stig waiting for a tube or whatever.
He was good though, because back in the day, nobody knew who Stig was before that guy came out and said it was him. But nobody didn't.
Was it not Michael Schumacher?
No, that was one of the rumours. But that's what made it kind of cool.
Shoot, guy was in a coma after.
But that's recent.
That was
isn't it?
before, yeah.
But it was an SAS. He taught people to do, extreme drive, advanced driving and stuff like that. He did a lot of movies, and I think he can drive, but he came out and wrote a book, and he's just a bit of ruined it.
It's never the same.
No, but it was good. All of that, sort of, who is it? The Michael Schumacher thing was great. Because you're trying to, you wanted to know who it was.
To be exciting, it has to be somebody you know. It's like when, I used to watch wrestling back in the day, when you get a wrestler who takes his mask off, and you're like, oh, it's a bloke. Like, you don't know who he is. You don't know. He doesn't look familiar. It's not a reveal.
No, but it was the not knowing. So
yeah.
As soon as you knew, it didn't matter who it was.
It didn't really bother me with the stickers.
I didn't really get it. If they were good enough, them three.
But I like the races where Clarkson, he'd be in a fast car, the other two would be on public transport or any other forms of transport. And I always remember one where they were miles behind, and Hammond and May. They end up at the airfield. He says, "Well, I'll tell you what, we'll fly," because James May's.
That's the one I was about to say. He's done about 3 hours worth of checks, didn't he?
Anyway, yeah, but he's got they're in the plane, and they showed you on the map. Well, we're miles in front of him. Now this is going to be a breeze, And James May says, "Well, not really." He says, "It's dark in a minute." He goes, "What difference does that make?" He goes, I can't fly in the dark. I have to land. So he'll be carrying on driving through the night, and they're sitting there. Yeah. Another one was when Clarkson was in that smallest car.
Oh, that was so funny. I mean, just the visual of that.
It was tiny. The one he made.
He's a big bloke as well in that tiny car. It was like a clown car, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I like the episode.
Because he goes into the BBC, doesn't he?
That's
drives into the BBC.
He goes to the lift. Yeah. I remember the proper Top Gear episode where he had the like Robbins and he kept going around rolling it over.
He didn't even get out of the place where he got it from, did he? Turned it over, coming out of there.
So funny.
Excuse me.
Yes.
That was a great.
Every corner.
Another one with the Reliant Robin was when I put Renault Robin. I wonder I'm fluffing it. Reliant Robin was where May Clarkson wasn't involved. May and Hammond tried to make a space shuttle out of a Reliant Robin, and it did separate. And that the only thing is, it didn't. I don't think the parachute. The bloke he was like a radio controlled. He was going to bring it down. But it didn't work, so it just crashed to the ground. But a lot of it did work until then. That was a good episode.
They destroyed quite a few caravans as well, didn't they?
Oh, Christ, yeah.
They hate caravans.
Well, I remember them doing the experiment about mobile phones can make petrol explode. I remember that. They had a caravan and they had buckets of petrol in this caravan and loads of mobile phones in there. And they rung all the phones and nothing happened. Oh, sorry.
I was not that one. Are you sure that wasn't another programme?
No, it was like it might have been James May just doing
Hammond done a thing where he used to blow things up.
Oh, is it? Oh, right, maybe
it might have been that.
Yeah, because he does like...
he did that. I really like
He dyes
that.
his hair, doesn't he?
Do you reckon? I think he looks ridiculous. Like he's a look. I don't know what he's going for. He's feathered hair and stuff. Anyway, he looks. One time he was stuck somewhere. Right, he had a crash, and he walked in the snow for like 3 hours to get back for his kid's birthday, which I thought was quite cool.
Cool bananas.
I would have just stayed in the pub.
But he crashed, didn't he? He crashed
he nearly died.
The rocket car.
Yeah.
It's got some ridiculous speed, yeah.
Trying to do a land speed record, wasn't he?
He was in a coma for a little while with that, I think.
Yeah, he was in really bad way.
Yeah, it was bad, that.
Oh, one of the funniest ones was when Paul McKenna hypnotised him.
I ain't seen that.
Who?
Hammond.
Really?
Yeah. He done this thing where I think the pretense was Paul McKenna couldn't drive or something, and he was going to give him some pointers. So they went out to the car. He put a Hammond in the car, and he said, "Sleep." And he goes, "When you wake up," he says, "you wouldn't have a clue how to drive this car. You've never been in a car in your life." He goes, "Wake up." He goes, "Come on in, let's go." And he went like that, and he didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to switch it on. And he messing around for in the end, it went off and the boot flew open. But when they got back in the studio, I mean, they were all there, and he emphasised them again, and they had like these toy cars. And he goes, this car, he says, is your favourite car in all the world. It's your pride and joy. And if anyone should damage it, so he goes, you'll be really angry. Anyway, he gets in his car, goes, "Oh, this is my car." And he's in it. It's like a little pedal car, really. He's in his car, of course. Through the curtain comes Clarkson in another one. And he gets straight for him and rams him God, he went absolutely. He was really, really angry and upset. Have you ever seen that one?
No, I've never
That sounds brilliant.
I think it's not special. It's only part of a show.
Oh, so it's like a little clip.
I mean, you just get loads of that where, like, there's always something happening in an episode. I weren't keen on the personality coming celebrity driver or whatever.
Oh, doing the lap.
Yeah, unless it was someone I liked, like Michael Gambon or something like that.
Well, they did. They had loads of people on there, didn't they?
Yeah, Tom Cruise, I think. Some big guests.
Well, he's not very big.
They got another one in the can, haven't they? They just
Shortcut.
haven't got it together yet. I don't know what it is, but this has gone back to sort of March. They interviewed Clarkson about the episode you've recorded.
Well, yeah, but now you got all this lockdown.
No, but he says, but this has gone back to March. He said, it's been in the can. They just got to edit it. But it's taken all this time and it still hasn't come out.
But they had the whole. Isn't the whole reason they got sort of sacked from Top Gear?
He punched someone.
Yeah, he
the
punched because
producer.
they wouldn't get him food or something like that.
Yeah, apparently they've been filming all day and I don't know where they were, but apparently he went back to the hotel and
He wanted steak.
he wanted a hot meal and they didn't have one basically, so he punched one of the producers. I mean, I like Clarkson, but I can see why people don't like him.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I like him. I think
He is good on Millionaire though.
Yeah, he's good on Millionaire.
He is good. I mean, they added the whole Ask Clarkson thing, didn't they? But
Yeah, that was a good thing. He was bloody hopeless most of the time, wasn't he?
yeah, but
One time I think he even gave him the answer and it was wrong.
Yeah, that's
something
right.
about
Lost
a deal.
the mo-
Something about a deal, wasn't it?
yeah, that's right.
I know this one, he says.
Yeah, but he also went. I always remember the advert because it was quite a big thing. They got sacked from Top Gear, and it was like, oh no, everyone was kind of on the side of Top Gear is going to carry on. We're still going to watch Top Gear. It's not going to be the same, but we'll carry on. And then the new program, Grand Tour, they kind of advertised it on this other thing, and the advert was them about. It was them in this massive mansion. They were going, what are we going to do now? Well, I suppose we'll just make another show about cars. Yeah, right then. Yeah, and it was just that. And everyone it's that, as you say, dynamic of them three. Sometimes it just works.
Yeah, it just
you can't
does.
put three people together like the new three. You can't get Chris Evans and Matt LeBlanc together and think it's just going to be the
Yeah,
same.
I mean, young people watching that might think it's great, but for
Yeah, they
us,
might see the other ones as old fogies.
I mean,
don't
the
know.
thing is as well. I mean, how long were they doing it for?
thing is, they haven't got
Yeah.
the background or the knowledge that they've got if they've had cars and stuff. The little racing driver bloke might, but I mean, he's a bit of a bore, I think.
I haven't seen the new ones. I ain't really interested.
Who's your favourite out of them three?
Clarkson's mine. He's pucker.
I think that it's like saying, Lennon or McCartney.
Yeah,
or
but
your mum or your dad. I mean,
you did it to Michael on Red Dwarf. If you had to lose one, I'm
didn't
asking
answer
your
the question,
favourite.
though, did he?
Well, he didn't have to.
If you had to lose one, Dad, who would it be? Of the three.
Chris Evans.
No, mine would be Hammond. I could live. The
Yeah.
other two are better. And he just looks like a middle-aged woman.
Yeah, I suppose if you twisted my arm, I'd say Hammond.
But he's good, and they are all good together. But
Yeah, it's like you're saying three great things. What one would you lose? You just don't stop him being great. He's just not as great as.
yeah, he's shorter. There's not as much of him to love.
No, he's a bit of a strange bloke, I think.
He does that food thing on YouTube as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, I've seen a few of them. They're a bit. Oh, it's ham and spam and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm going to try. There was a bean one, wasn't there? We're going to try to put this in, like, Marmite in a beans.
It's
cook it,
very,
and then-
very basic. Isn't it?
Well, it is, yeah. It's like done in his
I'm
shed.
going to butter this bread.
Yeah,
And then
he
see
does.
what it tastes
is,
like.
But again, he's gone through boring and found entertaining somehow. I don't know, because we were sitting there going, "Oh my god, we're watching a man make beans on toast with something else in it." But it was.
Have you tried Marmite in your beans since?
No, I haven't. No,
I might try that.
Marmite in anything else doesn't work. Apart from on toast.
Marmite on cheese on toast.
Oh yeah. That'll do. That's as far as it goes. I tried that Marmite chocolate when it came
I
out.
like
I was
the Marmite.
heaving,
Yeah, the Marmite peanut butter's good.
Stayed in my mouth, right? No, it's not.
I love it.
No, I bought some. I took one mouthful. I was like, no, definitely.
Marmite's great until about an hour afterwards, I find.
Heartburn City.
Yeah,
Where
not
I'm there.
heartburn, just don't know, it just repeats on you. You can't get rid of it.
I have a glass of milk with mine.
Yeah, it's nice with a glass of milk. I agree, Robert.
Yes, thank you, Michael.
That's okay, Robert.
That's okay, Michael.
You're allowed your opinion, you knob.
Even if it is wrong.
You old fogey.
Well, so let's have a recap, Dave. What were your 4 programs?
My 4 programs
Crystal
were
Maze.
Krypton Factor.
Thunderbirds, Top of the Pops, The Sopranos. I tell you what, if there's people out there like Robert who have never seen The Sopranos,
Hello.
and it is still on telly somewhere.
I second this
Flipping
as well.
watch it. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. And get over that first couple of episodes, because I know a bloke in work who likes gangster stuff, but he couldn't get over the first episode involves ducks.
Yeah.
Funny enough, but he says I couldn't get over the ducks. But
Quackers.
But get past that. Get past that into episode 3 or 4, and once you get there, you're locked in. I mean,
Yeah.
it's great.
Lock and load.
Aye, superb.
And then after The Sopranos, we had Top Gear stroke Grand Tour.
Great. So basically, it was Clarkson, Hammond, and May.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really,
technically.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got anything else to add, Dave? Are you happy with your special? Because this is all about you. So
Yeah, it was my 4 were better than his 4 because his 4 kept going on to other programs.
yeah, his 4
Mine's-
turned into 6, 7, 8.
Hang on, what did we end up with when we was talking about The Sopranos?
Oh, we ended up on James Bond.
Right. Okay, that just happened on my episode, did it?
Yeah.
Yes, is the answer to that.
Oh,
Absolutely.
it was all in his master plan. That's what it was.
Whoa.
He led us down the garden path.
Have you actually read a James Bond book?
No.
Have you actually read a book?
Yeah, one came with a gas bill the other day.
I read one years ago, and it was I think it's the first one, Casino
The
Royale.
books are meant to be amazing.
They're very short.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, but he's nothing like he smokes about 50, 60 fags a day.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I read one once, and when you get to the end, it says the end, and then it's got in words. Da, 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 da.
good theme tune, James Bond.
Yeah, it's all right.
That was Barry, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
What,
oh,
from
Barry
EastEnders?
Manilow.
No. I can't remember saying Barry.
Her name was Lola.
Good tune though.
She was a showgirl.
What was the best Bond theme?
I always,
Diamonds are forever!
But what good would love do her? Oh, it's got to be Goldfinger, surely.
Goldfinger!
oh really?
Yeah, the man with the Midas
Oh
touch.
God, yeah. I mean, that's like fingers on a blackboard. That is.
Yeah,
more
is
ones
that
is
Shirley
rubbish,
Bassey?
Shirley Bassey.
That's the one.
Put a bit of bass into it.
Boom, boom.
What is it? What's better than that?
Golden night.
That's the worst one, that is.
No, what's the Paul McCartney one?
Live and Let Die.
Live
What does it
yeah.
matter to you?
Yeah.
Live and let die. Yeah, that's it. I'll
Yeah.
I'll agree with Robert.
Yeah.
there.
Oh, we're gonna high five now. Yes.
Ugh, clammy.
Sorry, I'm a bit sweaty.
Oh, he slid on the other side, slid off his chair.
That was like a rocky punch in slow motion, wasn't it?
Like high-fiving shellfish.
Oh well.
Yummy!
Yummy. So that is the end of Dave's special.
I enjoyed it.
Thank God for that.
I enjoyed it. It was
Yeah, it was
good.
good.
Good few shows there. I'll check out Sopranos and we'll come back to that at some point.
Absolutely, make sure you do.
Please join us on Patreon or on Facebook. join us.
Preferably on Patreon because that involves money.
Yes, absolutely. The quarterfinals are complete. We are going to go on to the semi-finals, so join us next time where we'll be putting our last 4 shows to the test. Yeah. So we are going to end on a song. Oh, anything else to add, lads?
Was it a Bond theme?
It's not, unfortunately. I couldn't get the rights. But this is
All right, Rick.
so this is a song called Dark Sun by GILLES ZEIMET and BJORN FINKLER. It's a good song, actually. They pulled faces. See you later, everyone.
Toodle pip.
Bye-bye.
Ski.